welcome in everybody. So listen. Before I welcome in everyone, I was looking for my lotion. Before I welcome in everybody, I want you guys to please smash the thumbs all the way up, baby, all the way up, and share this out. This is going to be a valuable, informative live stream, okay? I will let you guys ask your questions. All you have to do is put a green heart and ask your questions. I will let you know when the question portion is going to take place. We are going to be live with Miss Charline Hill, and she's going to be giving us some information on life insurance, which everybody needs. So before we get started, as we're waiting for her to come in, I'm going to welcome everybody here that's in the chat. I'm going to start at the top. First of all, thank you all for being here. Woo! Welcome in. Okay, I see my guests backstage, but we're going to welcome everybody in before we bring her up. Hey, Alejandro, Stream Element Bot. Hey, boo, what's up? We got Love to Travel with Wade. What up, sis? How are you? Welcome in. We got Miss Lucky. Okay, Miss Lucky in the building. And I'm quite sure everyone knows someone that has had a life insurance issue of some kind. If not, please stay here because I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me regarding life insurance. You may be surprised, but yeah, your girl went through it too, okay? I am not any different than any of you, okay? We got Life's Magical Journey. Hey, beautiful. Welcome in. How are you? Hey, Booski. She said, hey, Booski. Life's Magical Journey is in here. We got 6 amazing channels here. And uniquely, I do see your comment on YouTube, but I don't know, for some reason, those comments, those member comments don't show on Streamyard. But she said, thanks for sharing this valuable information. Before we get into it, guys, again, we are going to be having a chat, a dialogue with Ms. Charline Hill. Her link is in the description of this live stream. Okay, so go to the description box and you will see it. And I thought I pinned it also, but go and double check. If not, my mods are more than welcome to drop it. So how we're going to start off first is shouting out everybody. Thank you to all my moderators. You are super, super amazing. My mods rock. Okay, my mods are the best mods on YouTube. We've been new this. This is nothing new. So, baby, you know where the best moderators are. They right here at Vernes Junk Closet. # Team Booski, baby. Okay. Also, thank you to all my members. You members are amazing. I thank you for supporting the group chat on Instagram, leaving those positive messages, praying for people, running the playlist, putting in the videos. That's what it's all about. Is helping each other to achieve greatness to that next level, whatever that next level is, okay? So again, this is some valuable informational session that everyone can take a part of. Share us out on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you need to share us out, right? So before we bring up our guests, I do want to say thank you to the new people that are in the chat. If you've never been here before, welcome in. And if you're returning, you already know what's up, baby. Welcome to # Team Booski. You are in the Booski compound, okay? So the next thing I want to say is on Monday, December 20th, we will be having a dialogue with Reverend Caden. He is with the Urban Finance on Instagram and then just Urban Finance on YouTube. He is a financial coach. We are going to have a great informational session again. And that's more of what I'm gearing toward my channel to for 2020 is bringing you that information that everyone in the world can use, okay? Because really, baby, we are all alike. It's just that our skin tone is different, but you cut us all, we all bleed red blood. Unless you're an alien, because if you're an alien, baby, then we ain't got nothing in common. But if you're a normal human, okay, you're going to bleed red blood, and it doesn't matter your color of your skin. So everyone in the world can use life insurance, right? To be determined, these two are Coach David Jones. He helps engineers level up their technical service businesses. We'll be speaking with him in the future. Also, we are going to be having a self-care ladies live stream. So you ladies, please keep an eye out on your Instagram messages. I will be reaching out to a few of you ladies to see if you would like to be part of that, because everyone has a different self-care routine, but it may help the next lady. Okay. Now, what we're going to talk about. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm getting everything out the way. Oh, in January, stay tuned for in January. We got some great live streams coming. But for the rest of December, we have 2 special videos coming out. We have all the channels that were monetized in 2021. I usually do that every year around the end of the month of December. And also, we're going to be having a members only live just to see how you're doing. What can we help you with to take you into 2022? Okay. So 2022 in January, we will be interviewing Me and I. That will be on the 16th. We'll be interviewing Be the Difference Clothing. I will get you the date because I forgot what the date was. We'll be interviewing my boy, Samuel Steady Rock. That will be on the 14th. And then we also have Dr. Kane that we're going to be interviewing. CCNTV and Casey, the Detox Diva. If you guys don't know her, she just came back to YouTube. She is awesome. We'll be having a dialogue with her. And the last one I want to mention is Information Man. There are going to be 2 amazing sessions that I will be part of on his channel. That is to be coming. I will let you know when that day comes, but it's going to be very, very informative. One is going to be on adoption. One is going to be on YouTube info. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So one more thing before we bring up our guests, we are going to be talking about life insurance. So get ready, guys, to get your questions ready. If you want to know anything, please put a green heart in the question when I tell you that the question session or portion is going to open up. Let me just welcome in a few people, and then we're going to bring up our guests. But while we're waiting, guys, Miss Charline Hill, please put in the comments, welcome in Charline. Put in some confetti, some hearts, some love. Y'all know how we do it. Put that in the chat. Once I see a few, we will bring her up. Welcome in Edward Smart. Hey, Edward, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome Miss Kim Savvy, $5 Bling Emporium. Welcome in, sis. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. We got Mike 2.0 just saying hello. Keep up the good channel. Thank you, Mike. I love you, King. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We got my girl, Naptura Lauricia. Hey, sis. How are you? I seen House of X. I seen Uniquely Lavish. Hey, guys. How are you? I'm looking here. I see you. I see you, guys. I see you. I'm not ignoring you. Believe me. I see you. It's just I have to look on this side. So if I did not mention your name, hello. I may not see you on Streamyards, but I do see you on YouTube, which I'm looking over here, okay? So Life's Magical Journey said, welcome, Charline. Yes, showing her some love. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, Charline. I need to see some more heart, some more love. Let's show her how we do it here in the Booski compound, baby. Let's see. We got Naptura Lauricia saying hello to everybody. Let me put in my love. Welcome in, guys. We are getting ready to start. Let me just put this in. Welcome in, Charline Hill. Welcome in, Charline Hill. Here we go. Let me put in my hearts, my love, and my confetti because I want to let her know I am loving on her too. Yes, guys. Welcome her in. Yes. Thank you, guys. Welcome her in. Okay, guys. 1, 2, 3. We are bringing up our beautiful guest, Charline Hill, and we are going to be talking about life insurance. Okay, so hold on one moment. There go my sis. Hey, sis! How are you? Thank you so much for being here, sharing this valuable information for some people that may not know. Okay. So I don't want this to be a question and answer session. I don't want this to be an interview. I want this to be a dialogue where we're giving out valuable information. So I do have questions already pinned, and I'm going to pull them up on the screen. And as we go through that, you can tell us what it is. But before we get to that, tell us a little bit about you, about your channel. I'm going to jump down. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to just tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. So some of you may know me. Charline is my name, and I put the heel as part of my name on my channel because I started YouTube with the purpose and the mission of healing naturally. And I just want to share my knowledge of healing naturally and sharing oneness and love. And I just felt like it was time for me to speak up and bring some joy to the world through this platform. So, as far as life insurance goes, my experience with that goes back to 2010. I guess you could say it was my first entrepreneurial venture out of the 9 to 5. I jumped right into doing life insurance. That journey has taught me a lot. And let's just say life insurance is a necessary thing, it's very important. And I'm going to be honest and open with you about things that I love about it and things that I don't love about it, which got me to one of the dreams that I've had. I'm not sure it's a dream of mine anymore, but for anybody that could pick up on this vibe, get that dream of starting your own life insurance company. It's a huge task, but if you want to do that, go for it, because there's so many things in there that I may not really agree with, that I don't like, that I would say, okay, I would love to fix this if I could have my own insurance company. But, that's just a little bit about that. And one of the reasons that I jumped into life insurance was because when my dad passed away, there wasn't really any life insurance. And the financial burden and the stress that leaves on a family, it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. It's very hard. It's very hard. And I took an oath to myself when I started that journey of life insurance, just to educate people. For me, it wasn't just about selling insurance. God knows there were days when I was starving, but I wouldn't force things on people. It was a journey of educating my community and helping people to understand the importance of life insurance. I even try to reach out to schools and do seminars. But let me tell you, if you're here in this chat, pat yourself on the back, commend yourself, because you're in the right place. A lot of people did not show up for those free workshops that I was offering to educate my people and to break down and show them how this could really help build wealth, how it could protect your family. Oh my gosh, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but it's just bringing up memories to me, like the importance of this. And people didn't really understand or receive it the way I was hoping. So when you said this, I mean, I don't really actively go out looking for new clients now. But when you said this, I'm like, oh, great, I could share my knowledge. So I am grateful to be here with people that are ready to receive what I'm able to give. And if I don't know the answer to something, I'll keep it 100. I'll tell you, listen, I'm not sure about that.
Right.
And that's how I dealt with all my clients as I moved through. I'm like, okay, I don't always have the answer, but I promise you this, I will go to the people that might have it. I'll do the research and I'll get back to you. I mean, honesty for me is really important. So
Nope, that's
about my
Yep. So Life's Magical Journey said, yes, we love Miss Hill. Yes, guys. And
I
love
love
to
you
travel.
guys
Say, hey,
too.
ladies, how you doing? And I asked if they can hear us and see us. Okay, they said yes. And Life's Magical Journey said, yes, looks and sounds good. Love to travel said, Vernes, hello. Great content on life insurance. So needed. Yes. And we are going to get into that. And I'm surprised people didn't come to a free seminar on that. That's like crazy. That's weird.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, because it was a school with young children. And I'm like, oh my God, you have young children, you gotta have life insurance.
Yep.
They have to have life insurance because now you're setting them up. But I'm jumping ahead here.
Yep, we're gonna get into that. Yep.
Yeah,
Share it out. Thank you for the share, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And again, guys, if you don't have her link, it is in the description box. Please share this out. This is an informational session for anyone of any income, of any color. So we're gonna get into that. Hold on, let me bring up my little banners here. First, the first question is, what is life insurance? But before we get into that, let me just tell you a little bit of story about me. So I was 23 years old. I was married. We was married for 7 years. We had 4 children. Yes, I had stair steps. Don't judge me. Listen, I was married. I was being fruitful and filling the earth. So hush. So listen, not thinking I'm 23, he's 35. He was younger. He was older than me, but we were starting our life out. We were looking for an apartments. We had cars. We were in New York City, so you know how expensive it was. So when he got sick, I never thought he was going to pass away. He was a bodybuilder, so I'm thinking he's strong, he's healthy, nothing's gonna happen. Doctors, they were even saying the same thing. 7 days. 7 days, my husband passed. 7 days gone. Got sick on one day, died on the was gone. 23, 4 babies. Not thinking that, but guess what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Your girl ain't have no life insurance. Why? Who thinks of that at that age? I'm living life, just never thought to get life insurance. So his mom, who was, his mom was older. She had life insurance on, but she only had $1,000. We in New York, that can't even bury a cat. I'm being honest. And we don't realize that you need this. Like people get life insurance for their animals, but won't get it on their family. Now, I do want to stress this. If you are a young person, and what I mean by young person is over 21, if you're between the ages of 21 and 26, you are able to be on your parents' life insurance on their employer, right? Okay, so now you're 27 and you're going to be dropped because they drop you at a certain age. So I'm just going to say 27 because that's usually around the age most companies do. So you're 27, you're not thinking, I need life insurance. And then the next year you pass away. Who you think gonna bury you? And this is the point I want to make. We do either GoFundMe pages, which is not it. We do loans from companies, which is not it. Or we have to go and beg, borrow, and steal from Peter and Paul and sell everything in our house. That is not what it's supposed to be. You should have life insurance from your employer. You can get them on the flyers that come in the mail, which we're going to talk about the flyers. You can get them from your bank. You can get them from local companies, car insurance companies. There are a lot of places you can get life insurance. So there's no reason as of 2021 that you should not have life insurance. If you are, and I'm saying over 21 years old, because usually under that, your mom and dad have it. But if you're 21 and over, everyone should have. And we're going to get into the ages of life insurance. When you're younger, that is the best time to get it because you can keep that flat rate until you're like almost 50. Or if you get it at 60, it's a bit higher. So we're going to get into all that. So first, we're going to talk about what is life insurance. And I'm going to let her say her part. And then I'm going to say what I have on my end for what is life insurance, Charlene. Let us know.
All right. So in a nutshell, I like to keep it simple, because I like things to be said to me simple so I could understand. So life insurance is...
One moment, Edward.
Financial protection for yourself, for your family, in case something should happen. Now, there are two types. Actually, there are three types, but two main types of life insurance. There's term life insurance.
Before we get into that, don't say that yet. Just tell us what do you think life insurance means? What is it?
It's just insurance on your life. So should you die prematurely or suddenly or whenever that time comes, you leave something financial to take care of your burial. And if you're generous, a little extra for the loved ones. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yes. Hello, Coach David Jones. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Guys, this is who I was talking about. Next month, we're going to work on a day to interview. I'm telling you, we got some awesome people, and we're going to get some great information from everyone. So thank you guys for being here today. Hello to everyone in the chat. My mods will welcome you in if I don't physically stop and say hi, because we're having a conversation. So I may not be stopping every 2 minutes to say hello to you. But for me, and I looked it up, and I'm just giving you a stat of what it says on Google. Life insurance is a contract between an insurance policy holder and an insurer or assurer, meaning us, where the insurer promises, which is us, to pay a designated beneficiary a sum of money upon the death of an insured person. So you have your child insured or something like that, right? Depending on the contract, and I always tell you guys to read everything, even the YouTube guidelines, read the contract on other events such as terminal illness, okay, cancer, anything that's terminal, or critical illness can also trigger payment. That is something you have to be aware of. Some companies like, you don't need a medical, blah, blah, blah. Good. Some of them, if you have an ongoing condition, your premiums may be a bit high. So keep that in mind as we are talking about the life insurance, okay? Miss Kim said, I don't ever want only life insurance from my job because once you resign, insurance. Right. We're going to get into all that too. We're going to get into all that. So Charline, tell us why people you have to have, period, life insurance.
Well, you know what? Let's say we need it. If you're a billionaire, you don't need the life insurance.
Well,
However,
I will be a billionaire soon, but I'm still going to have my life insurance policy.
That's right. You stack it up extra now. You don't need it, but you stack up extra. But for folks that are not billionaires or multimillionaires, you need this insurance. And here's why. The stress of losing a loved one is not easy to deal with. But then that additional burden of financial lacking, it makes it a nightmare. Let me tell you, could you picture the person that you love, your husband, your wife, your children, whoever is your close relative? You're gone. Now they have to figure out how to get money to bury you or cremate you. Cremation is probably the least expensive. So
yep.
you want them to have some kind of peace. It's not going to be peaceful because you just left. And not only is your income gone, if you're an income contributor to the home, you're gone physically. And that heartbreak, I mean, it's easier to heal when there's some money around. They could take a nice little vacation afterwards. It gives you peace. It gives you peace. And you can set your generation up. You may not have the money in this lifetime right now, but you could set up something for your generation to come, for your young ones, if you have little children. And there's ways you could calculate to see how much you need and all that. I don't know if you wanted to get into those details.
Yeah, we're going to get into that in a minute.
Okay. But, it's important to leave something, enough for your burial, and then a bonus to carry them through to a certain.
And we're also going to get into, if you don't have life insurance, what happens to your loved one? So you're already stressing, you're grieving, especially if the person that passes is the head of household or the matriarch of the family. Then you get into family members bickering and arguing over the life insurance money. We're going to get into all that. So I'm going to drop down for 1 second. And Charline, I want you to answer this question. Can they have multiple policies? And if they should, why? Because I believe you should, not just answering Miss Kim's question. Don't just only have your job's insurance. So go ahead. I'm going to let you talk on that.
I like that question. That's a really good question because I do insurance from both sides of the spectrum, meaning in the field, I would help employees to supply insurance to their employers. Some can be transformed when you leave that job. If it's private to you, for instance, like if it's an AFLAC policy or a combined insurance policy, you can take that with you, but you would have to reach out to the company and make that transition. However, I believe you should have more than one policy. And here's why. Especially if you're now starting out, you should have a whole life insurance policy and you should have a term life insurance policy. And here's why. Term life insurance is way less money, so you could get more coverage for less. And the whole life insurance is more money, but this takes you throughout the rest of your life. So you'll have coverage for life, but you'll be paying more for less, if you know what I mean. And then you accrue interest on that as well. That can be paid back into the policy or help the policy to pay off itself. Is that clear? Do you need a follow-up answer or anything on that?
Nope. Hold on. Let me bring my questions back up. So we answered that one. Next one is, we were going to say, what is whole life, universal life, term life, and variable? So we need to get into, what does this mean? Because people don't understand the terminology. Again, this is where it comes into reading. Because some may be you're only going to get it on the death of the person. Some may be you can borrow money from it, like a savings account, or, universal life, you can pass down to your family members and things of that nature. So you already talked on whole life and term life, right?
A little bit, but I could go into
Okay.
it, break it down a little more. So let's
Mhm.
start with whole life. Whole
Yep.
life insurance I like because it sets you up for the rest of your life. Some companies go up to age 105, age 121. You know, it varies. And I like that it accrues cash value, but what I don't like is that even though you're accruing cash value on that policy, if you want to take that cash value out, now you have to pay it back. And I personally don't like that because that's like telling me I have a bank account, I'm paying into it. That's my interest earning on my dollar. But if I want to take out my dollar, I have to pay it back. I don't think that's fair. And that's just one of my little gripes with life insurance. Now, I always tell people if you could afford whole life insurance, get a bunch of that. But if you're now starting out and you're trying to budget where it's affordable, you can probably do like a small, maybe 15,000 or so worth of whole life insurance and then get term insurance. Now, term insurance is like rental. Let's say whole life is like buying your house, and the term life, that's more like you're renting the insurance, meaning it expires after a while. Now you can break it down to 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 30 years. The most common that I see people get is like 20 years, a 20 years period. Those are for people that have small children, like a newborn. Like I personally took that out when I had my first son. I did a 20 years policy because I figured, okay, in case something should happen to me by time 20 years, he's 20, he's a man now, he can pretty much take care of himself, he'll be in college, he'll have something to keep him going. But everybody's situation is different. The life insurance that you choose is personal to your situation, your family life, and everything else that you have. Now, universal life is kind of like a hybrid between term and whole life, but there's no cash value. I'm not really a fan of universal. What I like about it is that it's permanent, but you don't really accrue cash value with that one. And the variable, I'm not sure about that because I never really sold that. So I'm not sure about the variable.
That's okay. That's okay. So now we're going to go into what is face value. So let me just give you guys what Google again says, and I'm on an insurance site. This is why I'm giving you this information. Again, do your own research and what works for you and your family. We are just giving you tips that can help you to have a peace of mind, because it's nothing like somebody dying all of a sudden in a car accident, in a house fire, or something at their job happens and they pass away and now you don't have life insurance. They were the main person or whatever. And also, if you have life insurance at your job, make sure that they're signing you as the beneficiary so the money can come to you. Super, super, super important. And we'll get into that more. So face value is, oops, sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Face value of life insurance is the dollar amount equated to the worth of your policy. It can also be referred to as the death benefit or the face amount of life insurance. In all cases, life insurance face value is the amount of money given to the beneficiary when the policy expires. Excuse me, when the policy expires. So, what is your definition of a face value?
I wouldn't say necessarily when the policy expires. I would say when you die, that's when it's paid up. Because
Right.
sometimes the policy expires and you're still alive. So what do you
Mm-hmm.
do then? Some companies would offer you the opportunity to renew or to get something else, depending on your age and your health and all that stuff. But
Right.
yeah, the face value, they pretty much summed it up. But just to make it simple, it's really just the amount of insurance coverage you have to leave for your family. And, there's ways to calculate how much you need based on
Mm-hmm.
different things going on in your life. The riders. Oh my God, this is making me
Okay.
excited.
So, and guys, I am going to stop and come back to the chat in one moment. Again, welcome in everybody. Please connect with Charline. Her link is in the description. We are going to have a question session in a moment. So just let us get through this. Get your pens and papers, write down your questions, or write down the information you want to keep for yourself, and you can put your questions in the chat, okay? So now we're going to go into what is a rider policy. So this says riders are the extra benefits that a policyholder can buy to add onto a life insurance policy. The most common include guaranteed insurability, accidental death, waiver of premium, family income benefit, accelerated death benefit, child term, long-term care, and return of premium riders. So Charline, let us know, because you are the expert, tell us what you want us to know about a rider policy.
Listen, riders are good, and sometimes I find them necessary. Like I used to love selling the riders that's called ADD, accidental death benefit. For me, that one was a must because it just helps to give your policy a pop, a boost. So let's say, for instance, you get 500,000 worth of life insurance, and let's say that's $50 a month for like a person that's 30 or so. Here I take, and you could add AD&D rider for like maybe $5, and you'll get so much more. Like you'll probably get another 500,000 on top of that 500, but you only receive that if you die. Your family only receive that if you die accidentally. However, you can get money as well if you're in an accident and you lose a limb or an eyeball or something. God forbid, I always say, because you don't want those things to happen to nobody. But listen, if I'm gonna lose something, I'd rather have something coming in for it. You feel me? So it's like the extra bonus, like the cream on top of the pie. And there's so many different riders, and don't ever let any insurance person sell you what you don't think you need. You know what you need, and that person that you're sitting with, let them go through your whole life. It's not just about signing the paper and getting you to like just buy the stuff. They have to care about you and what they're selling you and educate you. You make sure you understand. If you don't understand something, don't sign anything.
Please say that one more time. Please say that one more time. If you don't understand
something, don't sign anything. And that person may not always have the answer, but at least they should be honest enough to say, you know what, let me get back to you, or whatever the case is.
You literally will be signing away your life, literally. So hold on one moment, Charline. Yes, uniquely, she said she got on her listening ears. Thank you, sis. So Miss Kim says, yes, some whistleblowers jumped down Walmart's throat when it was found that allegedly Walmart was offering employees life insurance and Walmart was the beneficiary. Oh, that's dirty. That's, y'all know,
I think I heard of that.
Don't get along.
I think I heard of that. That's wild. That's
for customers 50 and over. What is the best policy recommended? We're going to get into that in one moment. Love to travel. We will get into that in one moment. So we're just trying to give you this information right now to help you out. So what is taxability? So let me get into what I found for taxability. Generally, life insurance proceeds you receive as a beneficiary due to the death of an insured person, uncle, brother, cousin, sister, mother, father, aren't included in gross income, and you don't have to report them. However, any interest you receive is taxable, and you should report it as interest received. So what is your idea on this?
I mean, I don't have anything to add to that. That pretty much sums it up. I honestly stay away from the tax stuff because I always got bored with those. But yeah, that sums it up.
Okay. And before we get into the next question, guys, why, and we had talked about this earlier, why you need life insurance, why you should have it. Why life insurance is important. Buying life insurance protects your spouse and children from the potentially devastating financial losses that could result if something happened to you. It provides financial security, helps to pay off debts, helps to pay living expenses, and helps to pay any medical or final expenses. Now, I want to mention this. Sometimes when people die, quote unquote, they say their debt dies with them. Well, however, not necessarily all the time is that true. Sometimes the credit card companies or the homes or the cars or whatever they have may still come after the spouse or the children or the estate. Do you hear me? The estate. This is why, and this is another topic we're probably going to get on, is why you should have a will. Okay? It doesn't matter, and I'm not trying to be funny if you're rich or poor or in between. I don't care if you got a cat or a dog. Who you want your cat or dog to go to? You want to go to the shelter, or you want it to go to Auntie Mama or something like that? Like, we need, these are important things, especially now in this day and age with the world crisis. Like, you really, really need to have that. So the next one is, what are some companies that offer life insurance? So back to the question that, hold on. Okay, we got that one. What are some companies best for the policy? So I'm going to give you some names of some companies, but I also want you guys to know your bank sometimes sends you flyers in the mail, and it says, we can insure you for $10,000 or $20,000 if you apply by March 18th or whatever. Those are real insurance policies and can help you. I suggest you read it. If it's something that's good to you, that's one policy. You can have a policy at your job. You can have a policy with that's 3 different life insurance policies. If each one is $100,000, that's $300,000. God forbid someone dies, you are kind of okay if you're that kind of person that can manage money. $300,000 should be able to help you pay your bills, get a new house, you know what I'm saying, make you okay, besides having your job. So we're going to get into some companies. I'm just going to read a few, and then I'm going to let Charline tell you the ones that are the best. So I just saw one. You get a free quote, and it's from USAA. Mostly people that are in the military have this. My family is in the military, so I know about this one. They're offering $12 a month. Now, even if you only work part-time and make $10,000 a year, $12 a month, you could be able to afford that. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to spend $500 a month for life insurance policy. There are policies that are less that can help you. And again, they do go by age. Gerber is another good one, especially for children, but you can also insure older people. Globe, GLOBE, that is an awesome one. And if you guys want me to repeat the names or ask me what I said, I'll tell you. Again, your job offers life insurance. Bank mailers we talked about. AARP, maybe a good one for people 50 and over. Geico, Liberty Mutual, State Farm, MetLife. And this is the last one I'm going to say, and I want to tell you, be extra careful, because when my mom gave me my policy that she had for me as a child and I was to take it over, it was quite expensive. And it's called New York Life. Very, very expensive in my opinion. So is there any ones that you would recommend, or maybe they can come to you for life insurance? Let us know so they'll know how to do this. And I'm going to drop down for 1 minute while you go ahead and say what you have to say.
Okay, so first, before I tell you what companies to go for, you have to first see which companies are rated A, B, A plus, or whatever. For me personally, I represent companies that have A or A minus and above. I don't like to work for B companies. I just don't, because what that means, what that rating tells you, is the company's ability to pay your people if something should happen to you. And for me, that's the whole purpose and point of getting the insurance. And if they're not able to satisfy that need, then I don't want to do business with them. So I am licensed in New York, and for anybody that lives in New York and want to take care of their family, I'm able to serve you. I could be licensed in out of state, but it has to be worth my while. Meaning, if you have a group of people or a company that, I can do business with, then it's worth me getting licensed in that state as well. But as for right now, I only service clients in New York. But if you have questions, oh my God, I'm not a beast. Just come on through. Ask me. My contact information is in my About Me section on my page. I have my email there. I have IG. If you don't hear back from me, it means I just didn't see a message. Just blow me up. I will see you. And, come to me with questions. I'm open. I'm always willing to help my fellow people. Trust me, I appreciate you just being here, asking these questions. I love it.
Okay, hold on. Uniquely Lavish said, yes, your credit union. I have Trusted and AAA. Yes, credit unions are super, super good, especially if you are a regular client or customer of them. So Mo, how are you? Welcome in. We are talking about life insurance, and it doesn't matter what age you are. Everyone should have life insurance. And my mods, please keep an eye out on the chat. Mods, please keep an eye out on the chat. Hello, Urban Grandpa. How are you? Welcome in. Leo is in here. What's up, Leo? We have Danya in here. Hey, Danya. How are you? I'm just trying to see if I'm missing you coming in. Please forgive me. We are just talking about life insurance. So tell us, and she said she's licensed in New York. I will add that to the description box. When you are getting these life insurance policies, Gerber, let's go with Gerber. Gerber does go by age. So if you have a newborn, so 0 to, let's say, 3 years old, 5 years old, say that policy is $7, right? Then you have the teenagers, right? From 13 to 18, that might be $12. Then you have the adults. So each one is a different price. Now, I know my adult children have Gerber for their children, and they love it. So what do you think about, Gerber policies and stuff like that go by the age for smaller children?
All policies are like that. They go by age, but Gerber especially, they specialize in children insurance. They're now starting to do adult stuff. I actually am connected with Gerber, so I see the different things, and I love what they do. I personally have that for my children. I love that the policy doubles when the child becomes 18. To me, that's like, hey, thank you.
Right.
I think it's such a beautiful thing that they do. And I also, what I love about them, because let me tell y'all this, and this is the truth. People realize the importance of life insurance when it's too damn late sometimes, and it just hurts me. I am so sorry for using that word, but it hurts me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I had a client when I used to service, I think the vet hospital. I wanted to help, but I couldn't help. Like, his list of medication that he took was like a book. And that's why I went searching for, like, how can I help people like that? And that's where I connected with Gerber, because I connected with them for children, but then they now have this policy where it's called guaranteed. So even if you have ailments and stuff, you're going to pay more money. So it's going to cost you some more money. Mm-hmm. But however, you get approved anyway because it's guaranteed. And I just love them for that, because at that time, I didn't have connections to, like, help this man. I was with New York Life, and you're right, they're great, but they are a little pricey.
Girl.
But they're great. That was my first company that I partnered
with.
They're like the luxury life insurance.
Yes, they're very luxury. Yes.
Listen, man, you get the same. Money is money. You hear me? So, but they're good. Mm-hmm. They're good. They're going to pay whatever, they say. Plus, what I like about them, you get dividends.
Mm-hmm. So tell us this. Someone, let's say a husband and wife, they have 3 children. Mm-hmm. The husband finds out he has cancer. They want to get a life insurance policy. And then 2 months later, now he is very, very sick and in the hospital. At that time that he is in the hospital, is he able to pick up life insurance, or is it too late at that point?
I would say there might be a chance with a guaranteed policy, but it might be pushing it a little bit. But I always tell people, listen, win or lose, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
So, like, I can't say directly yes or no, but there's a possibility through a guaranteed life policy.
What do you think of the policies, let's say AARP or something like that, that say, the one with William Shatner where he comes on and goes, hey, if you're age 60 and over, you're able to get life insurance. Do you think that those commercial ones that are on television are good life insurance policies to purchase?
Yeah, some of them are. I think Globe Life is on there, and I think at one point I might have been connected with Globe through one of my broker agencies. So yeah, I mean, they are. But I always tell people, just look into the fine prints, because commercials make everything sound glamorous, and you might not get somebody to personally be with you one-on-one to explain things to you. So just be careful and reach out to somebody that might be knowledgeable in your community and ask questions. Questions. Don't even think it's a stupid question. If you don't know, you don't know. Because I used to be guilty of that. I'm not understanding stuff, and I would just go and say okay and hush my mouth. But no, now I know better. I ask questions. I don't care if you think it's a stupid question. If I don't understand, I don't care if you think I'm dumb or stupid. I need to understand, so I have my
No
own.
question is a dumb question.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah.
Okay, here we
varies.
go. Scenario. Family of 6, 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls, parent, husband, mother, and father. They are interested in getting a policy. They want to do, and I'm just going to throw this out there, $250,000 on both parents and $100,000 on the children. Do you think $100,000 is too much for a child?
I actually don't think it is, but I've realized, at least in New York, from the last time I checked, they don't let you go over. I think 50,000 is the max you could have, because I think I had like 2 different policies for my first child, and it was ringing an issue, so I had to get rid of one of them. I think they just let you have up to 50,000, and there's a reason for that if you care to know. Because some people,
go right ahead, tell us. Yeah, they may not know.
Some people were like doing stuff with their children and collecting the money, so they're like, no, let's keep it to a certain minimum, so nobody's gonna like do stuff to their children and collect the money. But yeah,
okay,
I don't think it's too much personally. Shoot, but that's the rules.
What would you consider an average cost of a funeral service? Meaning, you want to get enough of life insurance to cover a child or an adult, because I'm assuming each one is different. So let's just go with an adult. So if you are having an adult and you're having a funeral, what do you think that a funeral should cost?
Not what I think it should cost, but what I know it costs right now. Let's say you're doing cremation, that's the least expensive. That's about $5,000. 5 to maybe
500.
5,000.
Oh, 5,000. Let me put that in here. 5,000 to 7,000.
Yeah, 5 to 7,000. You know, and a regular funeral is anywhere between 10,000 to 15,000 to 20,000, but on average, it's about 10 to 15. It depends on what you want to do with it. You know, if you want to have a big fancy repast.
You know, they want to have the carriage with the white and the thing. And I'm like,
exactly.
You're not Whitney Houston, baby, with the pictures and the, oh, you know what else I noticed? And I think this is so creepy, where they're doing either taking the pictures of the person that's dead or the video, and then they put their eyes. I think that is creepy. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. Like, they'll take a picture and they'll put it, and the person's eyes and mouth start moving. Child, no. Hell no.
I saw my son did that on his TikTok, but he did it with like just a picture of me alive or something. Like, whoa.
Oh, I just think that's creepy. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I'm on the line.
$7,000 for a cremation, and that's for children or adults. The $5,000 to $7,000.
I never looked into children. I'm thinking it's the same cost, but that's for adults. And
then for an adult, guys, it's 10 to 15,000, depending on how fancy. Another thing I think is creepy that I've seen them stuff the adult and either stand them in the corner or put them in a Cadillac car and have them sitting up during the child. No,
we're not doing what?
Yes,
I have never seen that. Oh my goodness!
Yes,
wow,
that's too much. Let the person die in peace, honey. I've seen it all, girl.
Where have you seen that?
We're from New York. We done seen it all.
Where have you seen that? That's crazy to me.
It was a Hispanic guy. He was young. I think he was in a gang. He was young, and he got killed. And the mother had a memorial in her home and had him standing in the corner with his gang clothes on. Child, what the? And then it was a black guy.
You walked into that?
I ain't walk into that. I seen it on the internet.
Oh, God.
And then there was a guy who died. He had a car, fancy car. They put him in the car, but they had him sitting up like he was sitting in the... Child, please. I done seen it.
Listen, I'm good on all that. When I go, I want to go like Cleopatra. They could wrap me up when they're done. Like, you know, I'll go like this. You could wrap me up in the mummy cloth. I want to go my traditional African.
Oh, a mummy cloth. That would... So my thing is, I would like to be, I call it the draw. where they put you in the wall and pull you. I always wanted to do that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
I know, but I'm not. They're not gonna do that.
I want to do the traditional African way, man. Like just royally.
Vernell said, yes, everybody, cremation has went up tremendously in the last 20 years. Funerals are too expensive. I assign my body to science. We are military anyway. Oh, Danya, really? Oh, wow. Uniquely said, Lord, fix it. Uniquely. Listen. Miss Kim said, look up BBQ funeral on YouTube. He was buried in a smoker. Shut your mouth.
What?
Shut up. Now, I do have a friend who recently passed, about a year now, and he wanted to be buried in the ocean of the islands like Jamaica and stuff. And the wife she was able to, you have to get permission, and she was able to sprinkle his ashes in the ocean. Now, that I think is beautiful. I think is beautiful. Yeah. So tell us about people that have employers and they get life insurance through their job. Again, make sure you are signing over a beneficiary. Or if you have a husband and children, how much do you want to go to your husband? How much do you want to go to your children? Because one will be contingent, one will be primary. If you are not filling these things out at your job, start when you go in on Monday. Like, these are important things, because when someone passes away, you go in there, you look like Boo Boo the Fool. So make sure, that's why we're giving you this. Listen, I work in human resources. So, I see it all. So make sure, listen. Wait. And here it is. You go to the hospital, he died. Here come his girlfriend and his wife. You be like, what?
Oh,
girl, bye. Yes. She said they buried someone in the car. Yes. My cousin did what you did. Oh my goodness. A smoker? No, we're not doing the smoker. I have my mom on mine's. Oh, okay. You have your mom covered on your, because you're young, and so you don't have children. So yes, it would be your parents or your grandparents. And also, this is another thing I want to say. If you are a husband, or let's say you're single, let's go with single. So you're a man and you have 3 children. If you make the children the beneficiary and they're under a certain age, you're going to have to appoint somebody else to run that money, because the money is not going to go in their hands. It'll probably stay in the bank until they're a certain age, but you need to have an adult that you trust also to look over that money. So what do you think about that, Charline?
Yeah. And I mean, that's the way to go, because, even at 18, they might not be mentally ready to handle a certain amount of money. And I like that. It protects the child. And that's where a will comes in handy as well. You can direct how you want your money to be allocated, et cetera, et cetera. But that's how that works. Because children are like, what are they going to do? Go to the bank and say, hey, give me this money? So you have to.
Well, if you have an 18-year-old and you leave them all that money, they take it and spend it.
Yeah. So you have to set up the parameters. I always tell people, educate your children.
Designate it. Yeah.
Listen, they might not always be willing and open and receptive to what you're trying to teach them, but still talk anyway, because it's sinking in their subconscious mind. Eventually, they're going to get it. So teach them as much as you can about being financially responsible. God knows I'm working with my first child. He always is trying to consume and buy and buy. I'm like, no, be on the producer side of things. Like, come on. Tell me how you're going to earn some income, not how you just want to give out your money. Get some coming in too. But that's a whole other topic.
And we're going to be talking about that too. We got that coming up with all these great people of finance, of getting it in order, especially for us brown and black folk. We don't need to go out there and buy the most expensive chain and sneakers and all that. You need to be saving that and investing it, buying real estate, using it towards something that generational wealth. And I used to be not big on generational wealth, meaning, why do I need to get an insurance policy for $1 million and leave it to my kids? Like, I need to spend some of that money myself. But you have grandchildren and you do want to leave somebody something. And we're going to do it on another live. And I don't know if you want to be part of it, but we're going to also be talking about wills. And I did one before, and we talked about will and estate planning, because all of this is in the same topic. You have life insurance. Now you have this money. What are you going to do with all this money? You're going to take it and blow it, or you're going to pay down bills, or or whatever you're going to do with it.
Yeah, I mean that's
Um,
one of the reasons I added that out of company to my company, my business portfolio. The one that I told you about, that you just pay a monthly fee to have access to lawyers. Part of that package is a will that comes with it. They say it's free, but to me, if you're paying a monthly subscription, it's not really free. But
mhm,
it's part of the package where you don't have to pay extra, and they can take a
mhm.
look at your will every year. They look at
Yeah.
contracts that you're about to sign up to a certain amount. I mean,
And you have to get that notarized and all that, and
yeah, they take care of all that stuff for you, like,
yeah.
break down the will. Because I didn't even know, like, let's say something happened to me and my husband, that the state could take my children if I don't have a will. Oh my God, that scared me. I'm like, what?
You would think it would
Because
just go to your next of kin, but no.
yeah, because a lot of times we're thinking, oh, what do I need a will for? I don't have like a big fortune. But no,
But
it's deeper
still,
than that. It's deeper than that. So look
your
up,
house too.
research.
Your house, you
Yeah,
have to have a deed and who you want it to go to and all that. So we got a lot of great stuff, guys. See what I'm saying? We
yeah.
got the smart people on here, baby.
Yeah, listen, you got to think as life insurance as an asset. Don't look at it as an expense.
Let me
It's
put
an
that in the chat.
asset. Think that way, okay? Friends, I'll be right back. Let me,
Yep, right.
yeah.
He said, think of life insurance as an asset, guys, as an asset. I'm going to drop that in the chat. Danya said, I want my family to get the money, not the funeral home. We're going to talk about that in one moment. I want everyone to party on that day. Yes, Danya. Yes. Hey, Rico, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad to see you here. Yes, Rico, I'm so glad I'm hoping you're doing better. I know you were ill. I have a will for sure. My mom was talking about taking care of business. Yes. As a single woman or man with no children or spouse, a life insurance is needed. Yes. Love to travel. Yes. It is super, super needed. I'm looking over here. I see House of X, welcome and Fly Bohemian. I'm just looking because I have to look on both until our guest comes back. Welcome in to Fly Bohemian. Hey, Queen. How are you? Charline said, think of life insurance as an asset, guys. An asset. Is it a liability or is it an asset? It is an asset where you have the money that you can use to leave down and pass down to family or, children or whoever you want to pass it down to. Okay. So you have to make sure you have all of that in play. I just want to make sure I got the time, 4:49. So there she is. So Danya says, I want my family to get the money, not the funeral home. What should she do in that case?
Well, I mean, what are they going to, okay. So help me understand, not the funeral home. How are they going to get paid? Because
So
the money
what I'm
goes to your
thinking is, if she
family.
has a policy and say the funeral costs 15,000, but the policy is 100,000, does the whole 100,000 go to the funeral
No,
home,
no,
and
no.
then they give them the difference, or they only give them that part?
No. So, okay, depending on how you set it up, whoever your beneficiary is, they get the money, and then they use some of that money. I mean, you could even plan your own funeral before you go. I know
Yeah.
someone that did that. My
Mm-hmm.
husband's best friend's mom, she planned her
Mm-hmm.
whole funeral before she went. And so you could have that power to do that. But yeah, it goes to your beneficiary, and then they do what they need to do with that money based on how you say you want it done. If you don't leave a will, then they'll just use it however they see fit. Do you
Mm-hmm.
want me to go over the different types of beneficiaries? Like, you were breaking it down, but I could add to that if you like.
Yep. Give me one moment. So Love to
Yeah.
Travel said, as a single woman or man with no children or spouse, is life insurance needed?
Well, yes, if you're going to leave somebody, or if you have charities that you care about, you could also leave the money to them. If you care about something, the oceans, the earth,
Mm-hmm.
some charity that speaks to your heart, you could leave that money to them, leave your legacy.
Think of life insurance as an asset. This is Charline Heal. Her link is in the description, guys. Please connect to her channel, watch a video, leave her a comment, thumbs it up, and turn on that notification bell so you know when she goes live or when she uploads. So, thinking of life insurance as an asset. I told my kids, my adult children, when they get on my nerves, I'm leaving everything to the cats. I'm leaving everything to the cats. You get nothing.
That's so mean.
Listen, it's going to the cat shelter. The rescue for the cat shelter. The cats will be living lovely. Y'all gonna be out here on the street.
Oh my God, girl, you're funny. Well, let me tell you, man. That is funny. All jokes aside, though, I mean, life insurance is so important. But the thing is, sometimes you don't adjust or upgrade with it. Like your life doesn't stay the same. Your life might change next year or the other year. And you have to adjust with that. Sometimes you might need less, you might need more. But I always say, don't lessen it. Let that abundance flow, don't lessen it. But you might have another child or something. You want to beef that up a little bit so that you have enough cushion to supply everybody that comes into your life. And things might change.
So how does it work when you have 3 or 4 policies? Do you have to designate each policy to someone?
Yeah, each policy is its own individual thing. So depending on who you want to leave money for, it could be the same beneficiary or it could be multiple beneficiary. I always say it's good to have more than one beneficiaries. And here's why. Let's say we're all going out, we're all in a car accident, we all go, like, now what? The insurance company gets to keep that money? That's not fair. That's not cool to me. So always have your primary beneficiary and the contingent. What that means is your primary is your first choice. Let's say that person either dies before you or you die together, then it would go to the contingent beneficiary. That's a secondary person or the second person you have on the list. Let's say that person goes to, then you have somebody else there in place as well. So, you kind of keep yourself cushioned and safe. And you could even break it up.
Or if it's a family and the mother and father dies and they had 3 children, hopefully they left a will to where the children go to the godparents or the aunt and the uncle, because they'll fight over children too. I'm not trying to be funny, and God forgive me, but
no,
look
it's
at
true.
DMX's family. Look at DMX. He had like 10 children and 8 baby mamas, and then he had a living girlfriend, but she didn't get anything, but his first wife got. It's like,
it's crazy.
And I don't understand how these, like Aretha Franklin, Whitney, all of these people that are big stars, like you said, with all this money, you don't need life insurance, but you have a will. Where's your money going to go? Why aren't they putting these things in place? Even though most of them are us, because I'm quite sure the clear people are straight. But us, yeah, we have $20 million, but who are you leaving it to?
Listen.
So, go ahead. And then I'm going to
I'm going to be real with you here. The language that they use in these, and when I say they, I mean the people that prepare these policies and rules and estate planning and all these kind of stuff, because in my line of work back then, I had to renew every year. Every 2 years, I keep having to renew, and I would study the things that interest me, like estate planning. I don't have all the knowledge on it yet, but let me tell you, the verbiage that's used, man, you got to be a scientist to break it down and understand. And average Mary and Joe, we might not get it. So it's something that we run away from because it's hard to understand. And then some of us, we sit and put our trust in people that we think should know and have our best interest at heart. And when we're gone, then hits the fan.
You leave it to the attorney, and the attorney going to take everything. I'm joking. Yeah. I'm joking.
No. It happens. What I'm saying is the verbiage sometimes it doesn't make it easy to understand where you could like, oh, so this is what I want to do. Like I'm now starting to understand it. And I'm glad you brought that up. So now I'm going to get on my game again. Like, even though I'm not primarily in that field, I want to understand for my own self so I can share with my family and, my community. It's important to just have that knowledge.
It is. Before I finish reading the comments, guys, please share out this live. This is valuable information for anyone of any color, of any age, and I mean from 21 and up, about life insurance. We're giving you this information. Charline Heal, her link is in the description. She is licensed in New York. And then what did you say about the other states? What do they need to do if they want to reach out to you to get life insurance? Hit up Charline. Listen, because I might be hitting up after the live, be like, girl, I need another 50,000, boo.
And no, before you get, just saying though, hypothetically, before you get more insurance, have whoever you're going to sit with, review what you have already. Because I did that as a courtesy for people. Like, let me see what you're working with. Like, I don't just want to come and sell you stuff and then it's all, let's see what you have. Let's get organized and try to figure out what's the best course of action. Because you might not need more insurance unless you just want to have extra cushion for your people. Some people are generous like that.
Some people want 2-3 million of life insurance, and I'm like, somebody gonna knock you off getting.
Well, if they're not the beneficiary, they ain't gonna get nothing. But
I'm talking about the beneficiary.
Some people keep
gonna put a little extra salt in your put a little extra salt in your food. No, you got hypertension.
Some people keep that a secret. They're like, don't let her know that she's the beneficiary. I've seen funny situations with married people.
It's not funny, but it's serious, guys. It's serious.
Like, yeah.
Listen.
Some people are selfish. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, one guy said to me, he's like, listen, when my brother died, he didn't have no insurance, so we have to come up with the money. So when I die, they're gonna have to come up with the money. I'm like, how do you
really
that?
Like, come on now.
By now, I hope he had a change of heart, but girl, that's not the way to do it.
No. I want to say thank you to everyone that is here. Thank you to everyone that thumbs up and shared out. Thank you for being in the chat, and we hope this information is seriously helping you, because we all know that this is a very serious matter. We're laughing and joking because if you don't, you'll cry. But we're just telling you, some of the things we went through. She is a licensed agent in New York. So again, guys, we hope this helped you. So let me read some of these comments, and then I'll pause so you can answer some of them. Urban Grandpa said, I have seen friends die without insurance and lost everything because of medical bills. Listen, medical bills are extraordinary. You hear me? Yes, when you get the money, if you have the insurance, pay down the medical bills. But if you don't, it can devastate a family. It can. So what do you think about that?
No, I've seen that too. That's real, especially cancer. Because I remember I used to sell cancer policies as well. That's just in case something happened to you in the line of cancer, you'll have money coming into you. But yeah, medical expenses, no joke, man. It's no joke. I've seen it wipe out people financially. And like I was saying, it's so sad that sometimes people recognize the importance of insurance when it's too late. To me, it's something that you rather have and not have to use. But, eventually you're all going to use it. But, prematurely, I'm talking about. And
you have it in your mind as a safety net, because there's nothing like having a peace of mind. Not saying that, oh, yeah, grandpa and grandma going to die. But if they do, look at COVID. Who would think that all these people we lost? And I'm sorry, I know all of them people didn't have life insurance. I know not all of those died that had life insurance, because they weren't expecting to get this life crisis that we're in. You know what I'm saying? So Vernell says, say for instance, you have small children, the beneficiary and the contingent die at the same time. Just a scenario. What do you do and who makes the decision? Now, that's something similar you talked on, but if you want to talk on it again.
That's why I say it's good to have like a third person in place there, and you could also maybe invoke the power of your will. However, it may go back to the life insurance company. I'm not sure at that point what they do it at, but I know now with beneficiaries,
maybe
they're requiring you to have your social security, because they find that a lot of people don't even know they're beneficiaries, and when that person died, they don't collect. So all that money stays with the insurance company. So if you want to get paid, you want your people to get paid.
Then you gotta go look it up. Do I have money here? Where put in your name? Listen, I do that all the time. Don't play with me. But you can
me too. I learned about that a couple of years ago on the claim site.
You can find money sometimes. Maybe you were at a job and you forgot a check, and honey, you got $150, man. Listen,
I'll take
get that money. Miss Kim said, you need some life insurance because you don't want to leave the burden and take care of your final remains to someone else. That also comes into, what do you want your wishes? Again, your will. How do you want your service to be? Who do you want to sing the song? Because, some of us, everybody want to sing, and you can only sing for 5 minutes. And here we got Auntie Clara going to sing for 10 minutes. Whoa! Like, Auntie Clara, like, come on, baby. Like, cut it. Like, you need to get into listen. I ain't joking, girl.
Vernes, you make me laugh, girl. I love you. Only way to make a conversation like this light, because let me tell you, death is real, and I used
It's
to be so
real.
scared to talk about death, like with my mother and all that. Like, you don't want to picture that, but you know what? Life is teaching me you got to be real with death. Like, don't look at it in a sad way. Look at it as a preparation. I don't know if it's the Bible or where I read this, but it says a wise man prepares his children for his death. I don't know if it's the Bible,
Yes,
I read it,
girl.
but somewhere I've learned that, and it's true. A wise woman, you got to prepare for this stuff, man.
Yep. Naturally said, yeah, it will do that to families, urban grandpas. Some even have to do fundraisers. And I want to speak on that just for a moment, briefly. So a go fund is not life insurance, people. That is not it. Okay. It's not it. You have life insurance with all those companies that I mentioned for low fees that you can get. I'm just saying a $25,000 policy, a $50,000 policy. If you want 100,000, 200, 300, whatever, but there's a minimum for children, as she spoke of. Also, loans. You should not have to take out a loan to bury somebody, because guess what? Now you got the loan, you got the stress of grieving. Now you got to pay back the loan with extra fees at the end, and it's too much. Get life insurance, people, please. Even if you have to go through your employer, go through your bank, go through the credit union, go through these other companies. And I'm not saying you need a lot, but get something.
Yeah, I agree. Start where you can, and I've
because
seen
it doesn't only cover the service, it also covers the headstone. And I'm going to be honest and transparent with you guys. My husband doesn't have a headstone. I couldn't afford it, and life happened. I didn't have time to stop and go back and get a headstone and pay $500-$600. I didn't have it. So he just has the standard
$500-$600. Are you kidding me? A headstone is thousands. Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying. Like, life happens. I had 4 babies. Who had time to stop and get a headstone for somebody? I mean, not trying to be funny, but what are you gonna do with a headstone? He already gone. Like, at the time, no, I'm being serious. At the time in life, who is thinking about getting a headstone when I need to feed these 4 babies?
That's right. And he won't be mad at that anyway. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. I get that.
So you have the funeral, you have the limousines, you have people that got to drive to the cemetery, then you got to bury him, and now you're stressed out. And who got time to worry about it's too much. But if you get the life insurance, and I'm not afraid to say, I was 23, young and dumb, wasn't thinking about my husband dying. Hello.
I mean, who thinks about that at that age? That's crazy.
No one. I sure didn't. So as we're telling you now, get it. Even if you have to get $15,000, it'll help.
Let me just, is it frozen? Oh, okay. I thought we were frozen. It's good to always have a savings as a backup as well. Just so you know, you don't always get that life insurance money released to you immediately. So you want to have something to be able to cover yourself for the funeral or whatever you might need immediately, because that money might not always come true immediately. Just so you guys know, you want to prepare with other ways as well. But that's going to come through, but it might not always come within a week or so. It varies. So
and
just
don't
FYI.
count on Social Security to give you life insurance when your loved one dies. You only get $255, which I don't know who they think could bury anybody with that, but it's still the same till this day, 2021. And my husband been dead for years, and people before that, $255, and you don't get that immediately. My husband died in March. I didn't even get Social Security until July. What was I supposed to do in the meantime to feed my kids? I had to go back to work. I didn't get grieving counseling. And, I don't know if it's because I was Black. I'm going to be honest, but I feel it was. They didn't come and say, oh, you have 4 children, miss. You're young. Let us help you in grieving. No, I never had grief counseling. My ass went back to work the next month and went on with life to have to feed these 4 babies because all they had now was me. Let's be real here. Get life insurance, people. Kids will fight over their inheritance. Listen, grandma will fight over their inheritance if she was left. Listen, don't look. Charline, what?
Girl,
You
I'm glad you made
that
me
might be
laugh.
like ready to elbow them kids. Get out of here.
I'm glad you made me laugh because I was getting so emotional hearing your story. And because I've been through so much grief myself with losing family members. It is not easy. And to think
It's
4
not.
children at such a young age, girl, I don't know if you heal completely from that yet, but make sure you make space to heal from all that you've been through. I'm telling you, oh God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Fly Bohemian said they just settled James Brown. Wow, he died 50. He is not. Wait a minute. It has not been 15 years.
Girl, time goes so quick. I'm like thinking
Oh
it's
my
5 years
God.
or so. Look that up, man. What? Already?
15 years, the Fly Bohemian. She said, the
Wow.
clear people, listen, Miss Kim, the clear people, you know, they show do, and it's not them, it's the family. Yup. Execs will too with someone their partner was with before dying. Yeah. Why do you think some people kill their spouses for the money and then go to jail and still wind up don't get the money? Like, come on.
Oh my God, he died Christmas Day.
Me first. Miss Kim said, me first. Can we do a class on language of insurance? What to say and the right words to use so we won't get bombarded with insurance and the undertakers. Wow, that is Charlene. That's for you, boo.
Hey,
I'm
man.
willing to do it on your channel. That would be amazing. The
Yeah,
jargon.
I'm all for it. Yeah, break down the verbiage. It will be a good learning experience for me as well. Because some of the verbiage, I honestly used to just push it to the side because I like to get down to the nitty gritty and what really things mean. So yeah, I'll be up for it.
That would be awesome. Thanks for that. Mr. 100 Round says, what about the tactics used to oversell people? Awesome question. I'm going to let her answer that. I worked for the NAIC for 10 years. You'll be surprised at the ways people get fooled. Wow. Can you speak on that, Charlene?
Yeah. I mean, at the bottom line with insurance, most companies, not all companies, because I've represented good companies before, and I've represented companies that it's just about sell, sell, sell. So you as a independent agent, you have to find your own moral backgrounds. What's your compass? What's your principle? What do you stand for? And honestly, I think people are just a little ignorant when you go to a company and you're new and fresh. You're just kind of following the guidelines without thinking, okay, I'm overselling people. So in a way, you can't really blame them. But after a certain amount of time, you got to step up and be responsible for what you're giving out there to your community. But yeah, I mean, some companies do that. They do oversell people because your insurance should be based on your income, and it also should be based on your needs and the amount of people in your family and the things that you want to provide for them should you go prematurely. That said, if you could afford it, I don't think it's an oversell, because for me, it's just some extra to leave for your family. I'm all about that. So that's my perspective on that.
But don't go spending all your rent money or your mortgage money
No,
on an
it should,
insurance
I always
policy.
tell people,
If you're
it's okay,
spending,
make
in my
sure-
opinion, $200-$300, that's a car note. I don't think you need that much, especially for small children, like you said, maybe 5,000 to 7,000. So you have 2 children, that's 14,000. So how much is a policy for that for a child? Why do you need to spend $200 a month? Like, are you able to eat? And so you have to realize what's good for you and your family at that time. You know, so if you have to get 2 policies, good. But if you can only afford 1 policy, then, I'm just saying, don't buy too much. Like, you can buy too much insurance, in my opinion.
No, I feel what you're saying, but that's why I always tell people, make sure, like, insurance shouldn't be something that feels uncomfortable to you.
Right.
Meaning that you shouldn't be squeezing and scraping just to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It should be affordable. Find a way, like, cut down on the Big Mac and all the stuff that doesn't serve your body well anyway. Do what's important. Like, a lot of people, they're buying toys and all these things for their children.
True.
Like, invest in their financial future. Like, right now, I started, like, with my nieces and nephew. I'm like, you know what, Mashallah or whoever, my brother, my sister, here's $100 for what's his name birthday or his birth or whatever. You give what you can. get a policy for them, whether it's a life insurance policy or an investment policy, as long as that child is 14 days old, you can get stuff moving for them. I'm like, here's a list of stocks that you should buy for them. Put that aside. Start that account. By the time they're 18, right, they got a stock account that, you know, it's growing. Like, we got to get real about financial talk now, man.
Yeah. I did a poll out there, guys. If you did not take the poll, please take it. It says, do you have life insurance? Yes, no, or what is life insurance? And we did go over what is life insurance. And if you took the poll, thank you so much. Also, please connect with Miss Charline Hill. Her link is in the description. Go to her channel. Show her some love. If you have questions for her, she told you you can reach out to her. You have Instagram. Is that where you want them to reach out to you, or how would they reach out to you?
Okay, so I have Instagram as well as my email address. If you're going to email me, just put in the description section life insurance question or life insurance chat or something like that. However, you're not going to find information about life insurance on my Charline Hill channel. I started a new channel called Business Services and Opportunities. There I'll be speaking about, like, you'll see more of the business side of me.
I have like let me know so I can share that out.
Yeah. So, you know, awesome. It's young. I'm now starting there, and I'm taking my time with it because, like, with everything that I'm doing, I like to be genuine. I like to be sincere. So I'm not always posting. I post when I feel the call or when, you know, like right now I'm taking
you can post a 6 or 7 minute video over there if you did something for that day and something was interesting. Because let me tell you what happened. So here's a scenario. So that'll be good. That channel's going to take off. So Miss Kim said headstones at the minimum are very expensive. We just paid $2,000 for a small rose quartz slanted one, and so many people died that they are 6 months behind. I know.
Yep.
Go do your research too on funeral homes. It's funeral homes to see what's the minimum you can have and start saving for that, said Vernell. Yes. Unfortunately, if you don't have it and can't afford it, you may have to have a cremation. Everybody's not for cremation. It depends on, you know, your family, but that may be an option if you can't afford to bury them. I just confirmed he died in 2006. Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, Christmas Day 2006. Yeah.
Wow. I have been prepared for death since I was 8 when my father died. Oh, Danya. Vernell says, have a credit card where you just put money on it just for that situation while you are living. Whatever you got left over at the end of the month, put on that card. That's a good suggestion. But again, life happens and everyone may not be able to do. Hey, Jessica Higgs. How you doing? Hey, Eat to Live. Thank you for answering the poll. Welcome in, everybody. I follow Charline on IG. Yes. Listen, I want my channel, Vernes Junk Closet, y'all gonna get me crying, to be very, very informative, bringing the knowledge, being the link, being the network connection for everybody. Because some people, even on YouTube, not everybody is getting a check. Okay. And there may be some people that don't have it and just trying to get into YouTube and say, oh, I ran across Vernes Junk Closet's live stream with Charline. They were talking about life insurance. I need that. And maybe the information in here can be of help to you. And that's what I want my channel to always be about, is helping the next person to make their life better. Yes.
Right on, sis. I love that. I'm with you on that.
Hey, Nurse Leslie. Hey, beautiful. How are you? Hey, Panama City. Hey, sis. How's everybody doing? We're doing amazing. I had put something in the chat. I done went past it. But this is something I wanted to ask you. When they have the funeral, and in my opinion, you should not do this. Don't go to the funeral home and telling the funeral person that, okay, I want Uncle John buried with $5,000 worth of jewelry on his hands. I want him to have the most fancy eyeglasses, the newest sneakers. Because in my opinion, I could be wrong. I listen, I never say I'm right and know everything. I could be wrong. But I don't think they get buried with them. I think they take them. let me sip on my tea for that one.
I have a friend whose daughter is one of the people, a mortician. So maybe I could ask her that question. Because
girl,
listen, you might be right. Like in my home country, if you bury your person with jewelry, listen, there's robbers that come to your funeral and pick that up. They
Hello.
would go dig that grave up and get that jewelry and keep it moving.
Why do you think stars, you don't know really where stars are buried? They tell you, yeah, they buried here, but they don't really be buried there. They be buried in a secret location because they know people will go and pull up their grave. Yeah. Hey, yeah, I have auto savings set up to another bank account for when I need it for emergencies and other auto investing to other accounts. Yes, that is a great, great idea. Panama City said, always be about, sorry, guys, if I don't respond, I'm driving. Oh, okay. That's okay. Mr. 100's Round says, you can have multiple policy companies, won't trip over that, but the amounts of your benefits will be looked at with a fine-tooth comb before any payments are made. Now, let's just say husband and wife going on a cruise, and one of them accidentally falls overboard, which you really can't accidentally fall overboard. You can be pushed, or somebody will pick you up and throw you over, or you could be drunk and slip and fall, but you can't just go to the thing because the thing is really high. So that's one thing. So let's say someone dies, and now the police are looking back and looking at your policies and notice, oh, they took out a $2 million policy on them 6 months ago. Guess what? Uncle Craig going to jail because they're going to know that he pushed her over there for the money. So be aware of the, this is what I'm saying about the amounts. I really don't think you need, in my opinion, $2 million of life insurance. Of course, it would be nice to have someone die. You spent $10,000 on their funeral. Now you have $240,000. Was it $190 million, $196 million, whatever it is. Yeah, right. Okay. I don't think you need that much, in my opinion, but thank you for answering the poll, Nurse Leslie and Eat to Live. Thank you. We remove all the expensive jewelry off because there are grave robbers. Yeah. Yeah. I donate my, you too, Leslie, you and Danya both are putting yourself to science. That's awesome. That's a selfless deed. I believe that's a selfless deed. That is amazing. That's amazing. Each one teach one.
That's right, Vernell. That's why we're here.
I want to be in the drawer. Just close me up in the drawer, push the drawer closed, and lock it. Listen. Jessica said, it's really easy. You'll notice you have thousands at the end of the year. Anyone can put away something each paycheck. Now, see, I don't necessarily believe that with life, especially now. Some people's situation are worse than others. Remember, there's always somebody out there doing worse than us. I believe that everybody can't always
stop it, Vernes. Don't make no excuse for nobody.
What I'm saying is everyone can't put away $100 if they're only making a little bit a month. But I'm saying 10 or 20 a year. But everybody can't always say I'm putting $250 away every paycheck. Some people just can't do that. It's life. Yeah. You know, life happens.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying you can't put anything away. You
no. Some there we go. Listen, there was a man that was only making $12,000 a year. He was a janitor. He saved $1 million. So I know it can happen. However, there are some people that really do have life events. I know one girl, no lie, she had 10 people die in her family, like literally 1 month after another. Everybody was dying. It was like, oh my God, like it's just difficult for everyone. It's the greed that will get you in trouble. Yep. Truly selfless. Yes, truly selfless. That is so selfless. I agree. You should always pay yourself first. I totally agree. Pay yourself first. However, if you're working a menial job and it only pays you $5, let's go with restaurant people. They don't always make $10, $15 an hour. Some of them only make the base minimum of whatever your state minimum is. Everybody's state minimum is different. So if your state minimum, let's go with $5, right? An hour, and you don't get no tips, especially now with the way COVID is, how are they going to survive? How are they going to put anything away? They only working 3 days a week. Like, it's tough for some people, you know, but I believe you can do something, but it's tight. You can always put something away. Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
If I can help with education or save a life, I will. Yes, Nurse Leslie. Thank you. There's her second channel, guys. I need everybody to go and connect. I don't connect while I'm on live, but when I get off, I will. Business services, and opportunities. And Charline, if you start to go live and you need anything from me, honey, you can call on me. You know, I know a lot about a lot, but little about nothing. So just call on me.
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you. I
It
will.
doesn't matter. $20 a check adds up. Yes, it does. It does. It does. It does. So tell us the portion that you wanted to tell us about the life insurance, the different beneficiaries. Is that what you were saying? Or the
Oh
different
no, I think I went through that already. I think I
you
did.
said, hold on, because I got it in here. You said the different, you were saying a different kind of policies or something you said you wanted to speak on.
I think it was
Not
the
the depend
beneficiary, the different levels of
beneficiaries or the
beneficiary. Yeah.
dependents or something.
Yeah, I went through that already. I went through that.
Okay.
But just overall, the younger you are, the better it is because it's less expensive. So if you're younger, you get more for less, and you're locked in at that price for life, or to the life of that policy anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
when your baby hits 14 days, you want to get that policy because from the time they hit 1 year, it's going to start increasing in price. So for people with young
Yep, that's what we
babies,
have here. Yep. And
yeah.
and which one do you prefer? Tell us
As
which
far,
one you think of.
which one do I prefer as far as what?
Life insurance. Which type?
Oh, well, it depends. But for me personally, I have a 20-year policy, but I also want to add to that for when I get to 100. You know, I'm going to have more assets, obviously, but I want to still have life insurance because it's just something I believe in. And it takes a little extra weight off. But yeah, I want to get a whole life policy. But in the meantime, I have a term policy. But you see, the thing with term and whole life, let's say you have a family, right? And something happens to the person that has that life insurance policy. Great, he has a whole life policy that's $20,000. But when the family look at that, they're like, shoot, why didn't he have the term that's 500,000? Because there's so much more coming in. So that's why I always tell people start with the term insurance, and or if you could afford both, do both. Just have a small whole life insurance if you could. But if you can't do both, just have the term because you'll get more for less money. And if you know you're approaching the end of that term, just get another policy. Don't wait till
Which
you're
is the one
old
that
and
they can
crippled.
borrow from?
You can borrow from your whole life policy. The term life.
And tell us how they can borrow from it and why would they need to borrow?
I don't advise people to borrow from it. Here's why. And this is one of the things I don't like about whole life insurance. It's like you're borrowing from your own savings account because that's your cash money. That's your money that you're putting into their bank that's earning interest because they're using your money to invest. Let's keep it real now. Insurance companies, banks, they're
Say
doing
that again, girl.
with your money.
Say that again. Say
They're
that again
investing your money. Your money, right? So it's like now they're telling you for you to use your own money that accrued interest, you got to pay it back. Like what? I know some companies say, "Oh, you don't have to pay it back," but it could minus from the value of your face value or the value of your account, and I just don't like that. And that's one of the reasons I was like, I want to start my own insurance company when I was really heavy into insurance. Because I just didn't feel like that was fair. I had beef with that, And I
So what would be a reason that they would borrow?
I mean, some people might have an emergency situation and they just want to, or they might want to add something to their home or buy a home or shoot, somebody dying in another country and they have to go as their sister. Life happens and you just might need it. And if it's there and you need it and you don't have another choice, then it's there to use it.
So is that like similarly borrowing from your 401k? Is that what it's similar to? Okay.
Kind of, but you're not going to have a penalty or anything like that, but you just have to pay it back. That's what I don't like.
Okay. So the Fly Bohemian says people don't adjust their lifestyle to their capital. They always try to make more capital to accommodate lifestyle. Girl, yes. Danya said, make sure that you let veterans know to get information on insurance for them. They have a lot of insurances. Oh, can you speak on veterans?
Well, I actually used to help. I used to be at the vet hospital. I can't even remember the name of the hospital that I used to go to, but there were primarily like vets that worked there. I mean, but I didn't do their insurance. I came in with my own private insurance for them. So I don't know. Was that what you were asking about, Dania? I'm sorry. I don't know if that helped. but I didn't like have particular insurance for vet. I just had a private insurance company that I offered to them if they wanted additional insurance.
Okay. So the Fly Bohemian says, I have term and whole life. Is that excessive at 39? Now she has 2 children. I think one is either 18 or 21, and then she has a baby that's 1 and herself. So she is a single mom. So is 39 too much? I mean, is that too excessive at 39?
I wouldn't say that, but if as long as it's affordable, it's not excessive. As long as it's affordable, because you want to cover like college and what's not, just in case something should happen. You want to make sure they eat well, live well. So I don't think so. As long as it's affordable, that's the main thing.
So what would you say is a benefit of the life insurance? What is a benefit that they get from having that life insurance?
What is
anyone? So if someone got a policy, what do they get for themselves besides paying this insurance company? What else do they get in return for? What is a benefit?
Oh my God. I'm so glad you asked that question. A lot of people, the selfish ones, would ask, so what do I get out of it? I don't want to just, So if they should develop a terminal illness, and I heard you mention this earlier, they can get money from that policy. It would just make the face amount or the amount that you're entitled to, well, the beneficiary is entitled to, a little less. But you can help cover medical benefits for that if you should get terminally ill. Another benefit is peace of mind. For me personally, the peace of mind of knowing if I should go. Like, let me tell you, real talk. Like, if I feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling not too great, I'm like, oh my God, is my policy in place? Is everything good? Okay, good. If anything should happen, I could die in peace. You know what I'm saying? It's just peace of mind.
Right.
I don't know why my mind runs there. Like, I just want to make sure. I don't want to, like, my daddy left when there was no insurance. I love him, but
listen,
he was 46. He wasn't thinking he was going to die.
He wasn't who would think that? Okay, so if you have an illness, let's say cancer, because that's what most of them are. Say if someone has cancer and they found out and they go and get a policy, do they always have to divulge that information?
I always advise people to speak the truth. Here's why: because there's something called the MIB, and I'm not talking about the Alien movie. It's the Medical Information Bureau. Okay, they, based on your information, your social security or whatever, they would look into all your medical files, so they'll see what's there. Because I had people that try to be slick with me and hide information. Now, the insurance company does not reveal to me exactly what's going on because of privacy policies and all that. But I would know something is up. This person didn't keep it 100 with me. And that annoys me because I can't really help you if you don't keep it real with me. I'm out there busting myself for you because remember, I'm the middle person representing you and connecting you with the different companies that I work with. So if you don't keep it 100, I can't do my best for you. So always be honest. Unless you think it's something that they might not be able to find, like it wasn't recorded in a doctor's office, then you might get away with it. But if it was, then,
Can their policy be denied if they didn't divulge that and they find out? Oh, y'all hear that?
I've had that before where people got denied. And this guy, I love him, but he has like this attitude like, no, they made a mistake. No. And he just wouldn't admit, but I already knew because based on the information that came back, I just knew something was going on. Maybe he didn't reveal it to his family or whoever yet, or maybe they were all just trying to keep it a secret from me because all of a sudden he wanted insurance and it was a mess. But yeah, you could get rejected, bottom line.
Panama, she did answer that question, which is better, whole or term, rather in her opinion, which one she liked better, and she likes term better than whole life. Jessica said, I do agree. Some have an income problem. So no to low income or budget. And this is what I was saying, Gerber, if you have, a large family, 5, 6 children, or you're a single mom or a single dad, and you have 2, 3 children, Gerber, in my opinion, is very good. Globe is good. Again, that USAA, they have $12 a month. I just saw it right before we came on. I think they listened to our conversations. They must have seen me talking about life insurance. And girl, all these life insurance things kept coming across my Instagram feed. I'm like, really? So I just pulled that up. But what do you think? So now you got the children insured and now you're an adult. So if you have a husband and wife, don't you think that both partners should insure each other on their employer's insurance?
Yeah, they could do that as well, but I always suggest because employers insurance, to me, I find that it's cheaper that way because it's sold as a group insurance, so you kind of get a discount rate, and that's great. But sometimes it goes with you, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the employer. Just find out, for God's sake, find out, ask questions.
Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time it ends at the end of the month or whatever. But they do let you carry it over, but you have to pay out of pocket. Like that, they do.
Yeah.
So Italy said the cost is less, especially if your health is clean. Also, I had the policy from the corporate world, but had another one on my own. And as it stands, I am no longer working in corporate, but I am covered personally. Exactly. It's affordable, said the Fly Bohemian. Italy said, and since my health is a challenge, my other policy was done prior to MS. Yep. I'm about, but listen. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you, sis. Mr. 100 Pound said, Paba Masati.
I think you're talking about Panama City. Yeah.
Okay. Only protects you for a limited number of years, while whole life is okay. Long protection as long as you pay your premiums, but whole life in the end will mostly cost you. Yeah. Yep.
Spot on.
Mutual funds are good to start your children out when they're young as well. If you put $2,000 aside for your child as a baby, by the time they reach 18, they'll have way more than enough. Yeah. Again, if you can afford it, because life does happen, what in the wash will come out, speak the truth. Exactly, Italy. Hey, girl, Bella. Hey, beautiful. That's my sister right there. Hey, queen. How are you? I knew a person that lied and passed away, and the policy did not pay out.
Yep,
please talk about that,
I'm
Charline.
so glad you brought that out. That's another thing that can
Hold
happen.
on before you talk about that. Yeah. Guys, this is Charline Hill. If you do not have her, please click her link in the description. Go and follow her. Leave her a comment. Make sure you are looking at a video in full and you're thumbsing up and you're sharing out this live. She'll be right back. And we're going to answer your question. There she is. I knew a person that lied and passed away and the policy did not pay out. Please touch base on that.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. I forgot about that actually. Yeah, but they probably died within the clause as in the grace period or the period where, because for pre-existing conditions, right? Let me try to break this down as easily as I possibly could. For pre-existing conditions, let's say you get a policy today, if you should die from whatever disease that is, that policy will not pay out if you die within a 2 years period. And every company might be different, but if you die after that, it's like, whatever. Same goes for like a certain type of health insurance policy. If you
and suicide.
And suicide as well.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, and I don't know why they do that, but yes, usually if you commit suicide in 2 years, it's not covered.
Yeah, that's their way of protecting their own financial assets because people do stuff like, all right, I'm just gonna get a policy and take myself out and leave something for my, all kind of crazy stuff the insurance industry went through. So they started learning how to protect themselves better. But I think they probably, in a way, sometimes leave out the people that are given, like us, the consumers, the clients. I don't like to say consumers, the clients. Sometimes they protect themselves so much they forget about us. Not in every case.
Love to travel. Wave has this question. I'm going to drop down because I want you to take your time and answer this. Is dying from COVID covered? That is an awesome question. Thank you so much. Love to travel with Wave. I wish I could pin your comment.
Yeah, I mean, COVID is so new, but I'm pretty sure right now the insurance companies are probably making adjustments with that and for that. But prior to the outbreak of COVID, if you die of COVID, I mean, they can't tell you because it was nowhere in their clause or anything against it. So if prior to the outbreak or the pandemic, it wouldn't be an issue because it was kind of non-existent. So you shouldn't have an issue. But now they're probably packing different ways to protect themselves because could you imagine them paying out so many policies at once? They could go broke. Potentially. Some companies.
Yeah. Fly Bohemian said, Did you speak on insuring people who aren't partners? Great question. Like parents or other loved ones, is that a normal practice? Good question.
I'm not sure I understand the question. Break it down for me.
Okay, so she said, did you speak on insuring people who aren't partners? So if you just have a boyfriend, girlfriend, and if they're
Oh,
not married, right? And then she says, or like parents, but parents and covering you, they're going to get that. So, but yeah, if you're not married, do they have to sign a clause or something and say, I want this person to be my beneficiary?
no, they don't really have to sign a clause, but that that gets tricky because I've had situations like that before. I don't, unless you have a child together with that person and maybe you're living together but just not legally married, sure. But if it's just somebody you're hot or in love with, I don't really advise to get a policy with that person. I don't think that's the best idea. Unless you feel like you can trust that person and you might be together for a while or something, okay, then fine, so be it. But that's something really personal. Like I just wouldn't advise it unless certain conditions exist, like a child together, you're living together, you're serious, and you're potentially going to get married.
Danya said, no, the VA has insurances for the vet and some is free.
Yeah, probably. I didn't do their type of insurance, so.
Hey, Think Dragon. Oh, let me just give Think Dragon a big shout out. Thank you, one, for being in my chat. I had fun in your live earlier, but he left me an amazing comment, guys, on Instagram, and I put it in the members only chat. And he basically was saying, thank you for being a woman of substance and dressing with clothes. He said, because every time he goes on Instagram, he's seeing, women. So he said, thank you, basically for staying classy and stuff. And I appreciate that because, somebody to go out their way, especially a man, to say that to a woman, that's like, ching, ching.
Yes.
Yes. I'm like, yeah. So thank you. I appreciate that so much. I try to always have myself presentable as a woman. So thank you so much. That really meant a lot to me. I appreciate that. Brown Girl Bella said, I'm getting stronger. It's been rough. Thank you. Yes, she was sick, guys. Keeping prayer for Eat to Live Strong. Please answer the poll question if you have not. Miss Kim says, Charlene's company is very reputable. You'd be wise to work with her if you choose to look into life insurance. Woo! You know what? There's a star here on StreamYard. I have no idea what that is, but I'm gonna click it. So I hope that means something. I don't know what that means, but it's a star. So I'm gonna start. Panama City said term insurance is usually good up to 20 years. But now you can have an extension on that insurance, and no, you cannot borrow from your term. Right? You cannot borrow from term.
Hold on. Let me. No, that varies. Term insurance could be 5 years, it could be 15, it could be 20 or 30. The most I think I've seen might be 45 or 40, but it varies and it depends on the company. So it's not just 20 years, right?
And it's better to get it while you're young, because you'll have, like, if you're only paying, I'm just saying $5, it'll carry all the way up. But if you get it when you're older, most likely you're going to be paying like $25 a month or 30 or whatever the amount is. That's a lot of money in payouts now with the world events. Yeah. I mean, opening a policy on my grandma. Okay, so she wants to take out a policy on her grandmother.
Yeah, I've seen people do that. That's doable. You just need that person's permission. They have to be aware of it, and they'll have to do the signing and stuff. Like if you're the person paying for it, then you're the policy owner, but they would be the insured. So there's a difference between the insured. Oh my gosh! Now I'm thinking of this class that Vernes suggested. It might be a
come on now.
Yeah, so if you're the the insured versus the policy owner, you'll just have to have that conversation, because again, some people put an old folk up there and then they take them out and then they collect that money, and we got to be honest about certain things, so they'll just have to know. That's all, but it's doable.
So thank you for that, Think Dragon. I appreciate that. He said you're very classy. Keep it up. Thank you. So this is what I want to say, and then we're going to be out of here in like 15 minutes. If you have questions about the wording You can either hit me up on this live stream and leave some comments. You can hit me up in Instagram, or you can hit Charline up in Instagram and leave your question. And we'll get together on a later time, probably next year, because this year is almost out. And we'll do a live on terminology on life insurance, which I think is awesome. And we can do it on Charlene's channel, so this way she can get the watch hours for it. And I love doing stuff like that. I don't mind helping any content creator. I'm not all about, come to my page so I can get the hours. I don't care about that. I want to get the information out to people, the knowledge, because baby, if you have the knowledge, you have power.
That's right.
I'm telling you, if you have the knowledge, you can go far. So yes, Charline, when you are ready, hon, I am here, sis. You can call on me at any time. Let's finish up these comments. If you're in good standing, yes, your benefits will go to your beneficiary. If you pass from COVID-19, insurance companies can't modify your policy due to the pandemic. Yes. I'm quite sure they got money on the back end from the government. I'm quite sure.
They always do. They always find ways to collect. Are you kidding me?
They're not stressing out as much as a regular person is that has lost a job. Like I was in insurance, didn't have a clue I was going to lose my job. I thought I was good, honey. I worked for the bank and I lost my job in November, Friday the 13th. Boom. Yeah. So don't think it can. And that was in 2020. USAA is a great insurance company and it serves not only the vet, but the children. Yes. And we talked about USAA a little bit. Yep. I see that makes sense. Danya said, used to allow non-vets to utilize their insurance, but no longer. Oh, wow. Okay. And Navy Federal, too. Navy Federal is part of the federal for the military. I love my mom. I promise I won't take her out. Listen. They be trying to take Granny out and everything, man. Listen. These young people. Look. Yes. Banner, the only insurance company, offers 45-year term. Oh, wow. Okay. That's awesome. That's good to know. Thank you, Mr. 100 Rounds. Brown Garbella says, I have been getting a lot of requests to join life insurance from AAA membership and from my credit union. Do you know which is better? Awesome question, Brown Girl.
I know AAA, they're good. They're pretty popular. But with your credit union, just look up. You might want to compare prices and see how much you're getting with each. Like, let's say AA is offering you $100,000 for $5, and credit union is offering you $100,000 for $4. You might want to go with a credit union. However, before you do that, you want to look up their rating. If they have like an A or above rating, or even an A minus, like you compare the two. Whoever has the highest rating, go with them. Even if you pay $5 more, it doesn't pay to be cheap with these things, because that just means
say that again, girl.
It just means they have more money to pay should something happen. They have more financial back-ends, and they're better with taking care of their clients. That's all that means, right? I hope that helps.
Yeah. Vernell said, thank you, Think Dragon, for having the old school etiquette as a gentleman. That was very kind of you to tell her that. Yes, I know. I was like, what? He wrote a comment. I was like, wait a minute. Like, my heart was like, okay, girl. No, but we as women, and I've seen it. I've seen older women. I've seen younger women. I've basically seen what their mama gave them, because I believe you don't really necessarily have to be unclothed to get your point across. Do you understand? I believe you can be fully dressed and still be sensual and sexy and look good at the same time. You don't need to have all of your clothes off, because I've seen a woman dressed head to toe, fully clothed, and was beautiful. And I was like, oh, girl, and I don't go like that. But it's just the way she carried herself, that she was so classy and refined, that she was beautiful. Do you understand? When you see someone like that, it's a total different than having everything showing.
I say to each his own. Both could be sexy depending on who's looking. So
yeah, I would love to have Charline Hill on my podcast next year. Reach out to her, Eat to Live. Okay. She said she would love to have you on her podcast, Charline.
Oh, thank
you. That's awesome. Great connections, people. So at this time, if you guys have any more questions, please put it in the chat with a green heart. We're getting ready to get out of here. We've been on an hour and 57 minutes. So we'll leave at 2:05. But I just want to make sure that everyone is connecting with Charline Heal. Her link is in the description. If you have a question, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, guys. Put a green heart and ask your question. And I'm going to put the word stop so I'll know where I stopped at. Give me one moment. And she will answer your question. The Fly Bohemian said, this was so informative. Thank you, ladies. Yes, Fly Bohemian, please make sure you connect with Charline. Charline, please connect with the Fly Bohemian. She is awesome. And she also sells jewelry. So,
I love
classy,
jewelry.
classy said, love to travel with Wade. Brown Girl Bella said, oh, that is good advice. Thank you. What is the name of the site again to check the credentials?
You could just Google it. Just Google the name of the company, and it will come up. Or you could go to the BBB. You know what the BBB is, right?
Yes, Better Business Bureau, baby. Yes. Fly Bohemian said, people rarely respect free. Oh, okay.
Real talk, sis. Real talk. So the next time I'm doing a workshop, I should let people pay to come to my stuff.
Okay. Thank you, Think Dragon. He said, no questions, just inspire others. And that is what I do, and Charline. So thank you for saying that. We appreciate you. Charline, positive always. Yes. Yes. So Charline, I'm going to have you take 3 minutes. I'm going to drop down. Tell them a little bit about you, about your channel, where they can reach you. And then I'll come back up and I'll give them a little bit more information.
Okay, so I have 2 channels now. My first channel, Charline Heal, was created so that I can just bring joy and my knowledge of natural healing and just bringing together the community. I created that space so that we can share with each other. Like, I might not be aware of everything. You might not be aware of everything, but I feel like if we could put our essences together, our knowledge together, we could build a community that can help us all heal, grow, and prosper. So that's my purpose with that channel. As I help myself, I want to help others. That's why in the background you'll see it says, let's heal together. On there, I also offer help with life coaching and just natural remedies to get through life, whatever it is, If I don't know, I'll let you know that I don't know. But I'm not just looking to people to follow me there or support me there. I'm looking to connect with people and build. I'm looking for people that are ready to move, people that are ready to march, people that are ready to create the world that we all deserve to live in. I'm actually planning a health summit coming up in January. It might be January 7th to 10th. I'm still putting it together in my mind. And I just want to bring that forward and invite people who might want to be a part of that, whether it be to share your knowledge on natural healing, share your knowledge on the mental part of things, keeping your mind right and positive, whether it be on marketing and promoting what we're doing. It's not even about watch hours or anything. It's just about bringing together the community and helping us to stay on track with our health. And I just don't want to look at health from a physical perspective. It's mental, it's physical, it's financial. It's so much. Like, I want to get so deep with that 4 days that it's taken me so much time to create it in my mind and to just bring it up. So if you want to get on board and help me, and I know Life's Magical Journey, thank goodness for her. She's already there and willing to help me. So I got to reach out to her. And, I just want to plan this for us, for our community. Listen, man, we're in a time where I don't feel like we should depend on no government or no hero to come save us. We are the heroes that we've been waiting on, and we got to save and help ourselves. So that's why I'm here on that platform. And now on my other platform, Business Opportunities and Services, I care about our planet and the future of this planet. And it's so deep and important to me. I created that because I'm very entrepreneurial. So I separated my business self, not separated, but I put that just to focus on people that are doing businesses that help others, people that are focused on business that gives back to the planet, people that are charitable. I want to share your company information. I want to share my company information. I just want to have a space there for conscious entrepreneurs. And if you're not there yet, I want to help you get there to become more conscious of the things that we're doing to save our planet, our world, our children, ourselves. I want us to create a world that's better for all of us. And I just don't want my perspective, because all our perspective is important. So those are my channel. I'm going to text in the chat right now for my second channel if you want to connect. That's what that's about. I'm not just looking for followers, like I said. You know, I feel like this is so important. This is life. It's bigger than watch hours. It's bigger than just being up there, just doing a video just to do the sake of a video. Oh my God, I just can't stand. Let me not say that, but with everything that I do, I try to have a purpose. Purpose is so important to me. That's why I said if I don't have something to say, or I don't know what to say, I just don't say it. Like everything for me has to have a purpose. So that's Charlene in a nutshell. I'm going to text my other channel so you can see it if you want to connect with me there.
Hold on one moment, but go ahead and do that. I want to say, guys, and I don't even know how to say this because I'm just saying this for the first time. I am totally in shock. We just was talking about life insurance. I just seen a post and I'm flabbergasted because I actually, oh my gosh, hold on a minute. Give me a second. I actually purchased items from this lady. I actually promoted her channel. I liked talking to her, and I'm going to bring it up on the screen. And this is what we're saying about life insurance. I had no clue. I am just seeing this. If some of you know her, her name is the Chit Chat Queen. I just found out, it's right here, that she passed away. I am freaking shocked. I had bracelets that she literally made from her business for me. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Please say a prayer for her family. I don't even know how to reach out to her husband, but me and her, oh my God.
Wow.
I was not ready for this. I went to see who was live so we can follow them. And it said, 12 Veil said, I just found out my friend, she said, it was brought to my attention that this beautiful sister, the Chit Chat Queen, passed away this month. Hold on, let me get in it. This sister had a monetized channel and stopped posting content. This is yet another example that usually when we don't see content, it's a red flag. Rest in peace and prayers to her family. She leaves behind a husband and a special needs daughter. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Some of you guys may have known I shouted her out. I promoted her business, not uniquely creative, but it was something with bracelets, but she's made me green, pink, and I even gave some away because she said, I'm going to send you an extra. I'm in shock.
Wow.
Yo, I cannot. I'm not a person for a loss of words, and I literally can't.
I've been hearing that a lot. Just last night, I heard of somebody else that passed away from YouTube. Not a YouTuber, I should say.
They weren't a YouTuber?
Yeah, that person was a YouTuber. It was announced on Angel Light Over Darkness on her channel. Somebody
Do you know the
announced
name?
that someone passed.
Do you remember the name?
No, I could look it up real quick though.
Okay, because we were looking for two content creators that were in the storms. One we did find out from. I put that in the in our group chat if you are a member. But the other one I have not heard from yet, and we are actually looking for Purple Paisley. They found, but the other young lady, I have not heard as of this moment if they have taught her. Hold on. You both have a great night. Good night, Danya. Think Dragon said bye. Good night. Amazing host and panel. Thank you, Brown Garbella. Love and blessings to Charlene. Definitely a team plan. Welcome to Eat Strong is a mountain pot of knowledge passing on to the next generation.
Ruthie,
we must face our mortality or we will live countless generations in debt. Listen at this. I just cannot. I am... Yes, Legendary Beauty. I am. And please say prayers for her husband and her daughter. I am. And she had a great channel. She was I remember when she got monetized, I went over there and, gave her, super chats. And that's why I purchased her bracelets, because she was saying, I'm starting my business. I'm so excited. And I said, well, I'll get bracelets, girl. My favorite color is green. And she was like, oh, I'm going to make you that. And then I purchased some more. And I just was freaking. Actually, I think I literally just sent her a message like a few weeks ago because I was like, "Hey, girl, I ain't seen you in a while."
Wow.
Oh my God, I cannot this year. I know Bella. And I don't know if Bella wants to say it, but she also lost a family member this year.
My God, it's been a rough
Prayers
2
to her
years,
family.
man.
Wow, I would subscribe to her. Yes,
It's
I'm
crazy.
definitely in shock right now. Indeed, prayers. Good night, Danya. Twin, I thought you knew she passed before Thanksgiving, but we just found out a week ago, and you can go on the No, I knew Sexy Too Much For You passed away. She passed away on Halloween. That one I knew about. I did not know about Chit Chat Queen.
It's all right, girl. Take a moment. I get it. That's tough. That's tough.
And it's tough when it's somebody you know that you always go to their channel and you like I literally didn't have a clue.
God.
I knew about Sexy Too Much For You, and I knew about what's her name? She wasn't a content creator, but she was an awesome supporter. You guys help me out with her name. I see her face. She used to always come in everybody's chats. Oh, Patricia Crankfield. Awesome lady. Yeah, and then it was a guy, but you guys probably didn't know him because he was a YouTuber a few years ago. Y'all probably didn't know him. Peanut Butter 524. Y'all probably didn't know him. But yeah, it's when you don't see somebody. This is why I tell people just reach out. Hey, you okay? How you doing? You know, and if they don't respond, then you kind of be like, you know, because some people cancel their channels or whatever. Again, get life insurance. Perfect segue to this. Get life insurance, or we're nobody's promised tomorrow. But we have to have in our heart that we're going to make it to the future. But if we don't, are you prepared with your family? If you want life insurance information and you're in the New York, now is it New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, or is it just New York?
Just New York. Like I said, okay. I could license in other places as well. However, it has to be worth my while, like maybe a company, or if you have a group of people or something, that's fine.
So guys, right now, if you're in the New York area and you are interested in getting life insurance, see, now I got a headache. Please,
take a deep breath. No, take a deep breath.
I got my tea. No.
That's okay, girl. The other person that I see here is Ruth Mandrip. She passed away, I think, yesterday.
Wait, Ruth what?
Mandrip.
Is she a young girl?
I don't know. I didn't know her, but this was announced on Angel Light Over Darkness channel. She was a content creator, Ruthie. Do you know
anybody know her? Ruth Mandrin. Say that again.
Mandrip. DRIP.
Mandrip. No, I don't. Unless she went by a different name, but I know it was Ruthie. Another young lady. Her name was Ruth something, but I don't know her last name.
Must be the same person. I don't know. They found her dead.
Please, guys, just keep other content creators in prayer.
Yeah.
If they're sick, pray for them. Reach out to them. Life is short. And you don't want to leave your family with the burden of now grieving for you. Plus, now they got to find a way to pay for your services, you know, your funeral services. So get life insurance. And again, whether you're young, and again, I mean, 21 and older, you should be getting this life insurance. So Charline, I do thank you for being here. And guys, please go check out her channel. Her link is in the description box. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to her on Instagram. Please feel free to reach out to me. If you can't find her, I'll more than likely give you her link. It is in the description box. Charline, this was awesome. I hope everyone has got something from this. I hope you get subscribers to your channel from here, and I hope that your second channel is just as successful. So are you trying to get monetized?
Girl, of course. I'm a businesswoman.
But some people don't. But yeah.
I do. But I mean, that's not my primary objective. I'm not just doing stuff just to get watch hours and all that. You know, it's important to me what I put out into the world, the message that I give, the vibration. So it's important, but it's not my main thing for being here.
Right. Yep, life is short and a burden on family, and Vernes Junk Closet will reach out. Yeah, I called her last night. I was like, girl, I ain't seen you in 2 days. You okay? What's going on? Like, yeah, I'll look. You probably be like, girl, stop calling me, because if I don't see you in like a week, unless you telling me I'm taking a break, I'm gonna be like, I reached out to, no lie, 12 people last week because I didn't see them in a while. Some of them reached back, some didn't.
That's good.
So
that's how you do it,
dang, man, I just was talking about, I'm in shock. Like, oh man, I literally have her bracelets. They're like just like this, but they're green, and she made me pink. She made me so many. It's just started a business.
You want to take a moment of silence for her?
Please, thank you.
Sure. I mean, it's all love. We're all family here. Okay.
We're going to do a moment of silence for Chit Chat Queen. Thank you, guys. Oh, man. You just hate to hear that with someone so vibrant and full of life, and we don't know what's going to take us out. It could be something menial. It could just be our time. It could be the world crisis. It could be anything. You know, my son and his family of 7, they just had COVID, all of them.
Jesus.
And my grandson, Lennox Lights, I don't know if you know him. You hear me talk about him sometimes. Well, you know, he already was a sickly baby, and to get COVID, but thank God that when she took him to the doctor Thursday, his oxygen was at 97, 98, and that's good for somebody with Dravets and COVID. So, you know, I ask everybody to pray, and I thank you all for keeping him in that family in prayer. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. The Chit Chat Queen has passed away. I just found out. It's on 12 Veils page. Yeah, so at this time, again, guys, I want to say the final thank you so much for being here. Please connect with Charline. Let's make these awesome connections. Again, the segue, life insurance, look, God always puts stuff in his path. And that was like, totally like what? So stay connected to me, stay connected to Charline. I'm gonna play the song. We're gonna be out. Oh no, not sure I knew her. We're gonna be out. That's okay, Nikki, but thank you so much. Guys, give me 2 minutes. Charline, hold on one moment, hun.
I was enjoying that. Let's go.
I know. So again, guys, thank you all for being here. I wish you the best. Have an amazing weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I want you guys to remember that no one is perfect, and never stop dreaming. Be kind to others. Say you love them and share a kind word. I want to wish you all love and light. Go out and spread love and spread light, everybody. Deuces, we're out. Charline, hold on one moment.